presentations. We do have a couple of minutes for questions, so I guess we'll open it up to the floor if there are any questions. And I can't see if you raise your hand. I have one question, if no one has a question. And maybe, I guess this is directed to Dan. Are there scenarios that are particularly suited for using refuge floors?
Tend to use, have assembly occupancies or observation decks, restaurants at the top of the building. And with, if you were to design maybe for some of these very high populations, you have many more stairs coming down through the building than you might need. So one of the things that we've talked about in the Fire Safety Working Group is the fact that with those assembly occupancies high in the building, it's maybe a very useful thing to have refuge areas 1, 2, 3, 4 floors below those assembly occupancies, and then you can bring some larger stairs down from those assembly occupancies. And this is for the scenario of where the fire is in the assembly occupancy and you have to move those folks quickly somewhere. So if you have the opportunity to use several more stairs at the high part of the building, move them down to the refuge area, get them out of the way of the fire, then they have more time to get into the standard stairway arrangement that's provided in the building.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes?
With regulatory people, some members of our group have. We know that it's been reported back to us from some members of the group that some of these refuge areas in buildings that they haven't really been utilized, even in occupant evacuation drills. People just they didn't use them. So that's another thing that comes up is, you know, are these, if they're not being really used, and unless, certainly I expect that maybe you can train people to use these through drills, but the real question is, in my mind, is on the day you have an incident, where is that incident, what's the severity of that incident, and is it appropriate, how, you know, I was trying to show some couple of case examples there. These incidents could be so dynamic, which you might think you're doing and putting people in the refuge area might not be right, and may have been better just to leave them where they are, considering that you've got highly rated floor slabs and sprinklers in the building.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to ask if you have any more questions. I'm sure our speakers will be pleased to stick around and be the last on the line for lunch. But I was asked to also, before we close the session, to make basically remind people, if you're signed up for the technical tours, or any of the technical tours, and I understand they're all sold out already, the bus will not wait. So if you're going on the tour time starts at 2 p.m. sharp. Don't ask me where the buses are, so I suppose outside the door, but please do not delay getting to the bus. So I want to thank all our speakers once again. I'd like a round of applause, and thank you all for coming. And